Sometimes graphing does not provide an exact solution but only an estimate. In these cases, solve algebraically to find the exact solution. For example, you and your cousin decide to walk the 7-mile trail at the state park to the ranger station. The function d equals 7 minus 3.2t represents your distance d from the ranger station after t hours. Find the zero of this function. Describe what this value means in this context. So, we have a function where d is like the y and t is like the x. So the table is set up the exact same way. You start with your t column, and this time they make the t values, instead of -1, 0, and 1, they start at 0 because you can't walk for t hours when t is -1. So make sure you keep it in context of the story. So the hours go from 0 to the positive numbers. The next column is the function d equals 7 minus 3.2t. And they substitute in the values for t, solve for d, and that gives you the set of points to plot. So when you connect the dots and draw the line, look for in this case, the t-intercept, which is like the x-intercept. It's right there. It's between where t is 2 and 3, but it's closer to 2. So it will take you just over 2 hours to reach the ranger station, because when y or d is 0, that means you're 0 miles from the ranger station. So that means you're at the ranger station. So in this case, once the d, which is like the y, is 0, the t, which is like the x, is just over 2 hours. It's solved the exact same way as before. Make your table, plot your points, and find the x-intercept. Number 1. Jessica wants to record her favorite songs to one CD. The function c equals 80 minus 3.22n represents the recording time c available after n songs are recorded. Find the zero of this function and describe what this value means in this context. So since it's solved for c, then c is like the y, and n is like the x. So we have the table with an n column, and we'll use the values for n that's at the bottom of the graph over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then the c equals 80 minus 3.22n column. After we substitute in those numbers, we'll find what c is, and then we'll have some ordered pairs to plot. So treat these the exact same way as before. Substitute in 5. And if you want to just trust me on the math here, c is 64, giving you the ordered pair 5, 64. Substitute in 10. You get 48. 10, 48. Substitute in 15. You get 32 with the point 15, 32. Remember, the n is like the x and the c is like the y. Substitute 20 in. You get about 16. And these are estimates. These are close to those numbers for c, not exactly. And when you substitute in 25, it's almost 0. So I'll go ahead and put 0 there. So now we have a set of points that we can plot on the graph. Once you have those points, plot them on the graph. Draw the line. And the x-intercept occurs where the number of songs is about 25. So the 0, remember that's another name for the solution, is about n equals 25, which means after recording 25 songs, the time is up. So do the same thing as before. Make a table, substitute in, find your y values, which is c in this case. Find the x-intercept, which is right there, where there's about 25 for the value there. After 25 songs, the time is up. Number 2. Enrique uses a gift card to buy coffee at a coffee shop. The initial value of the gift card is $20, and the function n equals 20 minus 2.75c represents the amount of money still left on the gift card n after purchasing c cups of coffee. Find the zero of this function and describe what it means in this context. Well, we'll make a c column. C is like x, and we'll use the values on the graph there, 2, 4, 6, 8. We have the function written next where we'll substitute the values in. The n column, which will be like y, and then c comma n for our points, which will be like x comma y. So if you want to just trust me on the math here, substitute in our c values. When c is 2, n is 14.5. When c is 4, n is 9. When c is 6, n is 3.5. And when c is 8, n is negative 2. So that gives us those ordered pairs. So let's plot those points. 2, 14.5, 4, 9, 6, 3.5, and 8, negative 2. When you draw the line, the c-intercept is about 7. So that's what the zero of the function is. That means that after you buy 7 cups of coffee, the card is empty. So treat these the exact same way. Make your table, substitute in, and get your points, and then make sense out of it. When you buy 2 cups of coffee, there's $14.50 left on the card. Buy 4 cups of coffee, there's $9 left on the card. Buy 6 cups of coffee, you got $3.50 left on the card, and so on. Put it into context and describe what it means, based on what the variables stand for.